Sadly today, we lost one person in the name of Ochieng Thomas that was killed by suspected Karamojong raids who came with arrows and bows. And in the night, around 10 to 11, they shot him with the arrows and he died. This incident is really a bad incident. We ask our communities that because of this anger, even the people in our neighboring communities, the Jai community, because of the challenges of food and drought, we are expecting now many of them to begin moving to the distance of Acholi sub-region. I want to alert my community. Let us be focused on seeing what happens around us and who is new around our community. I want to thank our army men. They are now following these two armed suspected Karamojong raiders who they got, where one was on gumboot, one was on flatter. They are trying to move going towards Kitgum. Our security forces are following them very closely. And I must say, we are also interrogating to check if they were Karamojongs or they were internal people trying to cause insecurity. The security team are moving. I want to thank the UPDF commander for responding. I want to thank the police that as I talk right now, they are following up. Very soon, by end of today or tomorrow, we shall get reports on what probably happened. That was in Omia, in a village called Longon Central. To the people in Longon, I sympathize with what has happened. It is so sad. And I must say, may the soul of the deceased rest in eternal peace. But as a district, we remain solely firm to fight and protect our people along the borderlines. We are also trying, besides the struggles to reduce the attack by our neighbors, we are also trying our best that people who have been killed, like Ochieng Thomas, people who have been raped, people who have been injured, living with guns in their bodies, we are compiling your list. Our community development officers are reaching you in your localities. Register. We want government to remember you. We shall discuss calmly with them and see that our written records of these atrocities, we discuss it fairly, and then if compensation can be done to our people, it should be formally done. I must say it is not good for our members of parliament to talk about Karamojong raids and a section of community laughs at us. When we are dying, like now Mr. Ochieng Thomas has died, it doesn't make us happy at all. I want our people to take this issue seriously. I want to tell my people in the borderline, be conscious of what happens around you. Anything that comes that you feel you are not certain with, report to authority. And where possible, avoid late night movements, because most of these raiders will probably move in the night with an attempt to steal animal, and they can intercept you on the way. I still want to ask that where possible, where you can avoid, please keep away from night movement. You can move up to around 10 is okay, but beyond 9, beyond 3 a.m., 4 a.m., that becomes too late. Those are the time they are very aware and they are moving all around to pick our animals. So I want to ask that let us be conscious of what is around us and report any suspected case to either police or the army along the borderline. Thank you very much.
There's a report that the keys will be prioritized in kind to benefit from the restocking.
Yes, we have actually considered as a district that the wife of the deceased, because she has been left with children, the community is hearted. Everyone is hurt with the death of Mr. Ochieng Thomas. As a district, we have agreed that in the next level of restocking, we shall consider the wife to support the children, but also to buy some animals to keep our family. I know every household will get that restocking program, but for purpose of support to the family, we shall consider her first. I want to take this honor also in this press conference today to thank so much the Uganda Police Force for remembering to support the security of Agago, to support us with police in all the 26 sub-counties. We have so far received 8 to 7 police officers in every sub-county, something that rhymes with the presidential vision. I know not all the districts have received this. So as a district of Agago, we are privileged. As a chairman of the district, I must say I am happy, because during my campaign, it was my manifesto number 2 that there should be police in all the sub-counties of my district to support, because people would move kilometers to report cases. People would move 10 kilometers, 20 kilometers to report a simple case of a chicken thief, someone has stolen a goat, and others ended up killing themselves. I must appreciate the headquarters and the police force for remembering and accepting to support Agago District Local Government. I want to thank the chairperson LC3s and the SAS for accepting to host these people under my invitation. When I called them at the district headquarters, I shared with them what was about to happen and that my vision was about to get accomplished. They accepted it. And I must thank you, the chairperson LC3s, the sub-county chiefs, for accepting to host these police officers the way they have come. They are well trained, and I want to thank you for providing food facilities, for providing firewood, for providing saucepans for cooking. You have really shown humanity. I want to thank you. This is how we coordinate in work. And I can tell you, all the police that have been deployed in these 26 sub-counties are feeling comfortable, and they are now integrating with our communities. We ask them to now go and, one, allocate land that can allow me right to the Inspector General of Police to come and build a police outpost in all these sub-counties. I know it may not happen in 1 year, but if the next financial year we achieve 5, we achieve 7, that will be my pride. So I want the councils of chairpersons LC3s to sit, allocate 1 to 2 hectares of land, bring it to the district. As in August, I will be now moving to the office of the IGP or the police headquarters to ask them to support us with 1 transport, at least 3 motorcycles per sub-county, and then to support us with buildings on outpost where these police officers can sit to serve our community. These people are not going anywhere now. They have come to stay with us. They may only change the individuals, but the forces will keep in our community. I ask them to move inside the community, teach people on simple crimes, understand the roles between the police and the LC1. Because for so long, my community problems were being solved by LC1s. And I know with the existence of now these new police officers, there will be conflict of roles. I have asked the chairperson LC3s to gather a meeting of chairperson LC1s and the police officers, and they agree on roles and responsibilities. What does the LC1 do? What does the police officer do? Each of them support the work of the other. And I must say, today, we now told the people of the prison, the court to prepare, because the number of people that will now be taken to prison and even the number of people that will be taken to court will increase, because previously there were so many cases going unreported. Now we expect a lot of court cases to start crime, people that will be arrested. I want to ask our community, avoid late night drinking, moving around that makes you suspicious or makes the community suspect you. Please keep away so that you are safe. And I thank the people of Uganda and the people of Agago for hosting these police officers. Thank you very much.